Celebrating 4 years of talk like you've never heard it before, this is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network. We're GabNet, and we've got you covered live 5 nights a week. First Tuesday through Friday at 9:30 Eastern, it's The Exchange.
Harlan Ellison totally insisted that there were no sounds in space on Babylon 5. Watching it for 20 minutes will clearly show that there are sounds in space. So what the fuck are you pulling this out of, Mr. Harlan Ellison? That pretty much cemented the idea of who Harlan was in my brain.
Tuesday through Friday at 10 Eastern. Join Alex Bennett on the Ramble.
You don't think Bill Clinton's a pervert?
No, I don't.
Go ahead.
No, I really don't. I think I think he's a man who let his dick talk for him. You know, I think he's a guy who was pursued by a young woman and should have said no, but he didn't. Now, the only woman I ever talked to that fucked Bill Clinton was Jennifer Flowers. She kept saying during the interview, you know, I really did have sex with Bill Clinton. And I asked her the question, I said, that's not what's important to me. What's important to me was he a gentleman? And she said, he was terrific. She said, every time we'd have sex, the next day he would call and see if I was okay. He never dodged my calls. If I wanted to call him, he was absolute gentleman.
Tuesday through Friday at midnight, The Intersection.
We now know that Trump doesn't hate all Democrats. He at least likes the Democrats who he perceives to be as crooked as he is.
Ah, wait a minute, ring that bell!
I mean, between Menendez and Blagojevich, you know, who we pardon.
Mm-hmm. If you like sports, we've got that too, with The Arena, Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
There's a lot of long-ass games come knockout round because they have to finish. So you have to play up to 120 minutes plus a penalty shootout.
Okay.
Catch up on all the shows with our weekend flashback. All shows have the Citizen Panel, an exclusive concept of GabNet. It's new, it's daring, it's talk like you've never heard it before. Spotify has 180 million monthly users and access to 35 million songs and podcasts. Now, all those offerings are going to have to move over and make room for GabNet programming. Yes, at long last, Alex Bennett's Ramble, Damian Chaplin's Exchange, Jack Bishop's The Intersection, and even the franchise MC's Arena and Michael Snyder's weekly movie reviews will be fighting for space on this massive platform. Each day, the programs are updated, so you can hear them on the Spotify app, available for all smartphones and game consoles. Or you can just go to Spotify on the web at spotify.com. So, give us a shot on Spotify. There's a 35 million to 5 chance we'll get people to listen to talk like they've never heard it before. You love GabNet. You love the hosts and the citizen panels. In fact, you wish you could take them wherever you go. On your computer, log on to gabnet.net, where our stream is available around the clock. On your TV, GabNet is available on Roku with the same around-the-clock stream, plus all the latest episodes of GabNet programs, old favorites, videos, and tons of celebrity interviews. When you're mobile, we're on your iPhone or iPad with podcasts accessible via iTunes or Stitcher, and that same around-the-clock stream on TuneIn. If you don't want GabNet wherever you go, well, the hell with you. Go ahead, listen to your old-fashioned talk shows that do things in the same old predictable way. Meanwhile, the rest of us will be having fun listening to talk like you've never heard it before on GabNet. Celebrating 4 years of talk like you've never heard it before, this is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network.
And here I sing. Hello, everybody. How are you? This is the Ramble, and I am Alex Bennett, your humble and obedient host. And I am here as we are each and every night, 4 nights a week, doing our little show. And over there, sit up straight. Sit up straight. Sit up straight.
Earphones that aren't working.
What?
They're not working.
Well, they should be working.
Well, they're not.
Well, it should be working.
Now it is.
Now it's working?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. That's let me see here. That's girlfriend.
The one and only.
Yeah.
The one whose brace is coming off. Actually, the brace is off already. But I'm seeing the doctor on Monday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Look.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's her knee.
My knee.
There's her knee.
See, the scar goes all the way down like this.
It's a little.
Still swollen.
It's a very. He did a nice job of making that so it isn't that scarred up.
Well, what Martin, the PT guys, told me is they have this flexi something tape that you put over the scar, and it takes the
What? Yeah.
It blends it into your skin. It takes away the scar.
No, really?
Yeah.
So is he going to give you some of that tape?
I have to buy it in the drugstore. I have to get the name of it.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, Monday it's off already. It's off.
Yeah. Well, you're not. The PT guy said you didn't have to wear it anymore. But
yeah.
aren't you supposed to wait for the doctor to say that?
I'm seeing the doctor Monday at 11.
Yeah.
And I'll wear it Monday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just think I would listen to the doctor before I listen to the PT guy.
Well, he knows what he's doing.
Well, he knows what he's doing, but still, I mean, I want that to heal up completely.
So do I. I want to be able to bend my knee.
Well, you can bend it. You're doing a very good job.
I'm not 100%.
Well, look at you. You're bent. It's bent.
Yeah, but
Look at that. Look at that.
Not like this.
Oh, well, yeah, but that...
And I had a 6-month close on my gym membership, and I reopened it after 3 months.
Yeah.
March 1.
Yeah.
I'm going to restart my membership.
Oh, okay.
I took the thing off.
Yeah, so you're okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
So you're going back to the gym?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll go at lunch every day because it's right
That's good.
across the street from where I work.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Anyway. So, yeah, I could adjust that camera more, but I'm not going to. You're low. But could you put an extra pillow under you? Could you do that?
Put an extra pillow under me?
Yeah. Here we go.
If I fall and break my knee.
You're not going to fall and break your knee. There we go.
How's that?
Yeah, you're a little higher up now.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah,
That
now
better?
you're even with me. See?
Can I come over?
Yeah.
Can I come over?
No, you can't come over. Anyway, so it's good.
Well, it's better than it was 3 months ago. I mean, 3 months in a fucking brace. That's a long time. What's really amazing is how quickly you lose your muscle mass. I mean, I have no muscle in my left leg and very little in my right leg because I haven't been doing anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
I have to build up my legs and my arms and do all that stuff.
Okay. Well, anyway, the thing I'm getting sick of you doing, though.
What?
Yeah, just getting sick of it. At least once a day, you say to me, or twice a day, he's going to get reelected. You watch.
That's my fear.
No, but I mean, every time you hear him anywhere or somebody talking about him, you say, he's going to get reelected.
Because he's got this...
No, you're living in a very dumb country.
He's doing a Hitler thing. He's picking on people, on groups of people. The white nationalists, I mean, it's scary how big they're getting.
Yeah.
They've infiltrated the armed forces. It's very scary in this country right now.
And do you care?
Yeah, I do care. I'm still here. If I was younger, I would leave the country.
Yeah, but we're going to be, with my luck, I'm going to live to be 100.
With my luck, 2023, I am out of here.
Really?
Yeah, that's what.
You know what happened? Here, let me explain to you.
I like it.
To hell with Larry Bubbles Brown. Okay? Because he found this site that you go to, and you put in a whole bunch of information. It tells you exactly what day you're going to die.
The day and the year you're going to die.
And yours is
Mine is January something. I forget the actual date.
Oh, you should remember because it's an important day.
Well, I'll figure January 2023.
Really?
And the way it looks right now, it's not a bad goal.
Yeah.
So that's my goal.
I got too many people. Jack in the hospital and the problems that Ronnie has. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze.
Well, don't do it in the microphone.
Yeah.
Bless you. Anyway,
Well, see, if I cut the microphone, they'll still hear me on yours.
2023 seems better and better as the days go on.
So if 2023, you'll be what? You'll be 90.
I'm out of here.
90?
It doesn't matter what age. I'm just out of here in 2023.
Now I got to blow my nose because when I sneeze like that.
Well, don't do it in the microphone.
Yeah. You know what I hate about our toilet? Can I say something? Can I
turn your volume off?
Why?
Because it sounds horrible.
I heard it on your
yeah,
microphone.
but it's further away.
Okay, all right. Anyway, you know what I hate about our toilet?
What? It flushes?
Well, it doesn't flush.
I know. Tell me about it.
Sometimes how do I put this nicely?
It kind of has like a back sweep.
Occasionally, I'm very proud when occasionally I have a nice big fat turd. Okay?
Here we go.
But those things won't flush down this toilet. I have to go in there and chop it up.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear. That's enough.
What's wrong with our toilet?
Too much information.
And finally, then I have to go get the plunger.
Oh, God.
I had to do it tonight, the plunger, and plunge like crazy.
Uh-huh.
And finally, I was fine, but I hate our toilet. I hate our water pressure.
Oh, especially in the kitchen, which is where you need water pressure.
Yeah, like I fill up my canister of water for the, coffee machine, and it takes like a half hour.
Oh, and I fill out the water pot to water the plants. It takes forever. And I leave it and come back.
And about once a year, our super says, well, we're working on the water pressure. And I'm saying, what if somebody was paying $7,000 for this apartment? They would want water pressure, You can't just, not give them water pressure. But anyway.
It's hot in here.
Oh, well, you want me to turn on the fan?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. I'll turn on the fan. I'll be happy to do that for you. See how nice I am?
Yes, you are.
By the way, we had a whole bunch of people listening, and they've all dropped off.
We're not arguing.
I guess when I started talking about turds.
Well, we're not arguing either.
What I thought we'd do, I actually have something for us to do.
A little lower.
Oh, jeez almighty. Well, make up your mind.
The lowest one.
I don't want the lowest one. Doesn't even do anything.
It gives it a nice breeze.
No, it doesn't.
Well, it's too high.
Like, I go in the morning. I go in to go to sleep, and you got this thing on high.
No, medium, not high.
Well, all I know is it's then freezing in there.
Perfect.
Perfect for you, but I've got to sleep in there too.
Well, there's a guest room. You have a better. You have a better television. Wait a minute. He has a better television in the guest room than he does in the.
You're telling me now that I've got to go sleep in the other room.
I didn't say that. I'm saying if it's too cold for you, we do have another bed.
Actually, I think that $365 TV set we bought is better than the one in the bedroom.
Your bedroom?
No, our
guest room?
Our bedroom. No, the one in the guest room's the best one.
I know. And that should be in our bedroom.
Well, that's only a 55-incher, though.
Oh, next one's a 75.
Huh?
Next one in the bedroom's a 75.
No, we're not getting rid of the one in the bedroom because it's 3D.
Yeah, but we'll put it in here.
I don't want to sit in here to watch 3D.
We'll put it in the guest room then.
No, I like the one in the guest room.
We'll argue about this one later.
What's wrong with the one you're watching?
Nothing.
And by the way, the reason that picture looks good is because it's 55-inch. If it were 65-inch, it might not look as good.
Who knows?
Because the picture is stretched out over a bigger area. But the $365 TV set we got looks great.
Which has Roku in
It
it.
has a built-in 4K Roku.
And doesn't have Wi-Fi in there?
Oh yeah,
Has
oh, yeah.
Wi-Fi.
It has Wi-Fi. They all have Wi-Fi.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, but the Wi-Fi now is stronger than it used to be because in the old days with the same thing, I couldn't get Wi-Fi.
When
in
we
the
first
living room.
moved here, you couldn't get it in the living room.
Right, and now the TV sets have a very strong signal, and the Wi-Fi I bought that I put in the bedroom to serve the rest of the house is pretty strong. So it's a 100% signal on that Roku, and it just
It's nice.
$365.
What's it, 55 inch?
55 inch with a Roku built into the goddamn thing, which would normally cost me about $80. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, and then I took my mini Mac, the broken one, down to the Apple store, and for $191, they're going to put in a new hard drive.
Good.
So,
Now, is that the mini Mac that I bought?
no, that's the mini Mac I bought. The mini Mac you bought is sitting right there.
Which one? There's so many
Right
of them.
there, right there. Under the...
Here?
Yeah.
Oh. And what's that one?
That's the one that Phil sold me, and that's a stronger mini Mac than the one you bought.
Oh.
Yeah. It's got more of everything going for it.
You're just saying that because you put it on my end.
Huh? No, it's got 16 gigs
you
of
put
memory.
a camera up there. When did you do that?
Oh, the other day.
Oh. So can I go over there?
No. Gee, no, because I've been trying to figure out how to use the new Skype, which I still can't figure
I
out.
want to call in one night from the guest room and be like a little box up there the way everybody
Yeah,
else.
but anyway, I still can't figure out how to make a what do you call it? A citizen panel.
You'll figure it out.
Oh no, I can't. There's no easy way. I give up. You know, once I have to, I can't use this Skype anymore. Forget it. I'm through. I'm going to a new one. Okay.
What's that?
What?
That piece of paper
Well, this is a piece of paper. I thought we would have a discussion.
on the Academy Awards.
Yes, a little Oscar prediction time. Now,
Now
there's a difference between who you want to see win
and who's going to win.
and who's going to
Well, it's
win.
always like that.
Okay, so shall we go?
Shall we start?
Shall we go in reverse order? Cinematography. Cold War, which is a black and white picture that you haven't seen. I have a copy of it.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't watched it yet. I'm saving it for you. It's supposed to be very good.
We'll watch it
It was
tomorrow.
it was nominated for about I don't know 6 BAFTA awards. I mean it was very big in the BAFTAs. The Favorite. I didn't like the photography. It was
didn't
always
either.
too wide lens thing.
Yeah.
Never Look Away. Caleb Deschanel. You know, it's Zoe Deschanel's father.
Really?
Yeah. Roma, Alfonso Cuarón, and A Star Is Born, Matthew.
Roma was good.
Labatiste.
Roma was very good.
Roma, I think, had the best cinematography.
Yeah, I agree.
And
with
he
you on
also
that.
won the BAFTA for the best
Did he?
cinematography.
I agree with you
Yeah.
on that.
Best original screenplay. The Favorite. No, it wasn't a good screenplay. First Reformed, Paul Schrader. I don't even know what that movie was.
What was it called?
First Reformed. Green Book. Okay.
Good.
Roma, Alfonso Cuarón, and Vice, Adam McKay. It would be a toss for me between Roma and Green Book.
I would go
Yeah.
for Green Book.
Well, personally, you would go for
Yeah.
Green Book. I don't know whether it was a good screenplay because Roma was all in Mexican. But anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Best adapted screenplay. You know, Netflix even has something in this category.
Do they really?
Yes, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
We saw that.
The Joel Coen.
That was good.
Ethan Coen.
That was
film.
very good.
Yeah. Black Klansman.
Eh,
Can You Ever Forgive Me?
definitely. Very good.
Yeah. If Beale Street Could Talk, which we haven't seen yet, so we don't know. And A Star Is Born. I don't think A Star Is Born was that great.
I don't either.
It was okay, but
Yeah.
it wasn't great.
No.
Okay. Then we get to animated short. Well, haven't seen. We don't know what these are. So
go to the next
we'll move on to something else. Animated feature. Incredibles 2, Brad Bird. Mirai. Ralph Breaks the Internet. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And our favorite, Isle of Dogs.
Oh, I love Isle of Dogs. Isle of Dogs. Isle of Dogs.
Isle of Dogs,
Dogs.
which if you say it fast is I
love
love dogs.
It was great. Just terrific.
However, I will tell you now that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is going to win. Yeah, well, no, it's supposed to be very good. We haven't seen it, but it's supposed to, oddly enough, it's supposed to be very good.
Well, Isle of Dogs was excellent. It was like,
Isle of Dogs was terrific. I love that film.
Me too.
Best Director. Here we go. Spike Lee, Black Klansman. Pawlikowski, Cold War.
Which we haven't seen.
Cold War again. Yorgos Lanthimos, The Favorite. I thought that was terrible direction. Adam McKay, Vice. Forget it. Alfonso Cuarón, Roma.
That's it?
Yeah.
So Roma's going to get it.
I'm saying that Alfonso Cuarón should get it for Roma, and I think he will.
Yeah.
I think he'll get...
Out of that list, yeah.
Definitely. Supporting actress, Amy Adams for Vice. Marina de Tavira, she played the wife in that picture.
In what, Roma?
In Roma. Regina King, If Beale Street Could Talk, she's the favorite to win.
Yeah, we haven't seen that.
Yeah. Emma Stone, The Favorite, and Rachel Weisz, the favorite. They're going to split the vote there.
Regina King.
Regina King's going to win that one. Now, Best Supporting Actor, Mahershala Ali, Green Book.
Excellent.
He, won for Supporting Actor 2 years ago.
And didn't he win the BAFTA?
And he won the BAFTA this year.
This year.
Yeah. And why he went up for Supporting Actor again this year, I have no idea, except he probably figured he had a better chance of winning that than winning Best Actor.
Or why split it with his co-worker?
Yeah, but that happens for Best Supporting Actors and The Favorite, we have Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz. Yeah.
I'll tell you something. He's playing in, what's it called, the one that we watch?
True Detective.
True Detective, where they go back and forth in maybe 3 or 4 decades. And the aging and the body movements.
Yeah, he's terrific.
It's just
he's
incredible.
Just terrific.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think he's going to win for Green Book. And he would be my choice. Adam Driver for Black Klansman. Sam Elliott for A Star Is Born. A lot of people say he was really good in that. And, we all like Sam.
And he's never won an award.
Right. Richard E. Grant, Can You Ever Forgive Me?
He was good.
And Sam Rockwell, Vice. I think it's Mahershala Ali's
time.
Award to lose. Lead actress. Okay, first of all, Yalitza Aparicio. That's Roma. She was terrific, by the way. She was really, really terrific. And I think it's her first film. Glenn Close, The Wife.
I only saw half of it. I have to see the rest of it.
Olivia Colman, The Favorite.
Which we love. Yeah. We love her.
Lady Gaga, A Star Is Born.
No.
And then the one that we like and we think did the best of all of these, and that was Melissa McCarthy in Can You Ever Forgive Me?
And I'm not a Melissa McCarthy fan, but this one just was over the top. She was phenomenal.
She was terrific.
Terrific.
Just terrific. And then Olivia Colman would be my second favorite in this. The funny thing about the film The Favorite was 3 great acting performances in what was a mediocre script and a badly directed picture, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And yet they somehow rose above it.
Right.
Yeah. But Olivia Colman won for Best Actress in the BAFTAs, and she also won at the Golden Globes for Best Actress.
That's right. Yeah.
And the reason is
she's
that,
the favorite.
Well, the Europeans love her.
Yeah.
I mean, she, as a British actress, you may not have heard of her, a lot of you people out there.
She's in a lot of stuff.
But she is like one of England's most beloved actors, okay? Lead actor, Christian Bale, terrible. Bradley Cooper, Star Is Born.
No.
Willem Dafoe at Eternity's Gate. I didn't even see that.
Mm-mm.
Did you even hear about that movie? Viggo Mortensen, Green Book.
Excellent.
Well, he would be my choice, but Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody is probably going to win. And here's this: I was telling Snyder this and yelling about this. I am sick and tired of actors winning Academy Awards for doing impressions.
Well, a lot of them do that.
No, but it's not acting.
Of course it's acting.
Well, it's not acting. It's doing an impression. You know, it's and everybody goes, oh, he did such a great job of playing so-and-so. And, you know, I mean, we got the same problem with Christian Bale in Vice playing Dick Cheney. I mean, what's with all these people doing impressions? You know why they do them? Because they know they'll get nominated for doing an impression. But they should have like a category, best impression, okay? And then I'd say, okay, that's all. But, you know, there was a period a few years back where about 4 or 5 years in a row, best actor, best actress, and in some cases, best supporting actor or best supporting actress were all for people doing impressions of somebody.
Really?
Yeah. I wish I could go back. I'd find it.
You'll find it.
But it was like 4 years in a row, 5 years in a row, and you're going, look, well, who won last year? What's his name? Gary Oldman for being Winston
right.
Churchill. Okay? That's how you win an Academy Award. Anyway, it's not a great field there, but Viggo Mortensen certainly is the best out of the bunch, but it won't go to him. It will go to Rami Malek for that horrible tribute band movie. Yeah.
I love Queen, but the movie, he's walking down the street and all of a sudden he's a singer.
Okay, here we go. Here's the best picture.
Go ahead.
And in this case, we don't have, you know, we have a whole longer list.
Oh, it's 10, isn't it?
Well, it's up to 10. This year it's 8. Okay, Black Panther. Black Klansman. Bohemian Rhapsody. The Favorite. Green Book.
Possible.
Yeah, good. Roma.
You like it? Possible.
Well, you didn't like Roma.
I wasn't. I thought it was good, not great.
I thought it was terrific.
Yeah.
I thought it was a very brave film to make, and it was also a good example of where Netflix fits into the stratosphere now, in that they will back movies nobody would have backed 5, 10 years ago.
Well, what was interesting about the article in the Times is that they're backing movies all over the world.
Yeah.
So it's not just American made.
But small films.
Yes.
You know, not in other words, Alfonso Cuarón probably, if he wanted to make Roma and tried to shop it out to all the major film companies, would have a hard time getting the money for it, because they'd say, where's the money in it? In this case, Roma was shown on Netflix. It was also shown in theaters, so it could be nominated for an Academy Award. But it was basically on Netflix, and it maybe was seen by 40, 50 million people, which is more than would ever see a movie in a theater.
Exactly. And that's the new wave.
Even the biggest box office picture doesn't get to 50 million people.
But that's the new wave.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, good for Netflix. I'm happy for them. They allowed a movie like this to be made. Then The Stars Born and Vice.
Nah.
Okay? We have seen most of these, because most of these in one way or another got to us through SAG. And we were just amazed at how bad the pictures were.
This year, terrible.
They were terrible.
I mean, what was the one? Mary Poppins was up for...
Oh, Mary Poppins was
terrible. Where
terrible.
did they even come to put something like that up for Best Picture?
Well, I mean, Mary Poppins didn't show up here.
Thank God.
Which is interesting. And there are a few people that were left off. I think, what's her name? Who played Mary Poppins? What's her name?
No,
her husband
right.
directed that film she was in,
about
where
the quiet,
where you have
silent,
to be quiet. I thought that was a very good film.
I never saw it.
What do you mean you never saw it? You watched it with me here.
I must have fallen asleep.
Remember, she's in the bathtub trying to give birth to the baby, and she can't scream at all.
I don't remember.
But yes, you should. You liked it. You told me how much you liked it. You said that was really a good movie.
I said that?
Yes.
Oh my God! I have to see the neurologist.
I say not the neurologist.
No, it's the neurologist.
Oh.
It's 10:29.
Pretty soon.
Yes.
No. What are you coming over for?
10:29. I'm sorry, we talked too long.
What?
Hi.
What? We can't talk too long?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let me get the panel up here. And let me turn on the Skype so people can call. Okay. But I have a feeling it's going to be a very boring Oscars this year.
Record it because I go to bed early.
Huh?
Record it so I'll watch it. I'll skip through the next.
You'll skip through it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll try and record it. If I don't, you can read about it in the newspaper.
No, I'll record it then.
What are you moving the mic in your direction?
I'm putting
for?
it in the middle.
No, you're not.
Yes, I
Now
do.
you're not.
That's the middle.
Wait a minute, hold on a second. I gotta do this because Skype always asks me if I want to upgrade, and I tell them no, I don't want to. Fuck you.
It says it's going to be discontinued soon.
Yeah, right. Well, supposedly this version has snuck under the wire,
Until
yeah. It looks like Phil Meyer is going to be calling here because you see he's online.
Where do you
he
see
just
all
got
that?
online. There,
Oh,
I see
yeah,
where it
yeah.
says Phil Meyer, so I
Yeah.
can see who's in
about
the
to come.
process of calling. And if you want to call us, just go over to
Gabnet.
Gabnet.net, and on the right-hand side of the page will tell you all the ways you can call and be part of the citizen panel.
I need a haircut.
Huh?
I need a haircut.
What are you... What are you doing? Using Gabnet as a mirror?
Well, there's a mirror here. So.
Oh, there is a mirror over there. We have, yeah. So anyway, we're waiting for people to call. I hope that we don't have any problems having people call.
It's past my bedtime.
Yeah, it's past her bedtime. Oh, here we go. Here comes Phil. Here comes Phil. Hey, man. There we go. Hey, Phil.
Hey, Phil.
Hey, Phil.
Hey, Phil.
Well, hey,
Ah,
Mark,
there's Rob.
you're looking much better.
The brace is off.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of off. It's not supposed to be off, but it is off.
But it's off.
You know.
Oh, Rob, that's my kind of thinking.
Yeah.
Happy Friday.
Cheers. Happy
Cheers.
Friday is right.
Yeah. What's the wine?
It's not wine. It is a Scotch.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah. It's a single malt 15-year-old Scotch.
Oh, really?
Couldn't get anything newer?
Yeah, I like that old stuff. It comes at it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Sure. Aged properly.
Mm.
Yeah, well, R. Kelly was into some of that 15-year-old stuff.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, the illegal stuff.
Yeah. Well, we have to assume his innocence.
Hey, it was Trump's fault. He let those women across the border, and they human trafficked them. And between R. Kelly and the guy from the Patriots,
Wait a minute. There was no human trafficking going on with R. Kelly.
Why not?
No, there wasn't.
Blame Trump.
But you're talking about this thing in Florida with the
Hi, Charlie.
with Kraft, the head of the Patriots.
Yeah,
Who got-
fake news. I'll blame R. Kelly and Donald Trump and George Washington.
Yeah, wait a minute. You know what I didn't do? I didn't. There we go. Now you can see our citizen panel, folks.
Oh, yes.
See, I fucked up. I get.
Nah.
No, we fucked up.
They'd
We
rather
trusted
see you and
You trusted.
Very good.
We trusted you, Alex, and you let us down. Yeah.
It was Trump's fault.
Yeah.
Of course.
I don't know why. All my sound seems to be rather low lately. I don't know.
Yeah, I listened to the show a bit last night when you said that my audio was low.
Yeah.
Everybody's audio was low. I think the input that you're getting from Skype is you got to raise it up.
I can't.
Really?
No, you can't raise it up. I'll look. Wait a minute.
Is it coming in on a separate input?
Yeah, no, it's no, but everybody was not low last night.
Well, they were much lower than you.
Well, they always are.
Everybody else sounded okay to me before you turned your volume up.
Yeah.
Sounded fine to me when I listened to it this morning.
Let's see here. Here's the audio settings and the speaker volume. Now my microphone is okay.
Yeah.
My microphone.
No, your microphone's fine.
Yeah. So that's all.
It was the rest of the panel.
Wait a minute. Here we go. Sounds
considerably lower than you.
Video settings. No.
So you don't have a balance between.
There's no way I can turn up the audio settings.
Close that.
I'm trying to do something.
I wanted to see Jeff.
Well, that's fine. Hi, Jeff. But anyway, I think we're fine.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I'll turn myself down a little bit. How's that?
That sounds good.
Yeah. And then yeah. Okay. Whatever.
It's just the balance.
What do you mean? I listened to it last night. It was fine. You were just a little on the low side.
Okay. I thought everybody was.
See, this is what happens. He starts talking about all the technical stuff.
Well, that's why I'm going to say
doesn't
good night
matter
to
to
everybody.
anybody. Okay, good night. Good night.
Good
dear.
night,
Hey,
guys.
good night.
Nice
Good night,
seeing
Marjorie.
you.
Next weekend.
Yeah.
Hey,
When you-
congratulations on your knee brace. Yeah.
Hey, Alex,
The
when you
doctor
talk
doesn't
about
know it yet.
Oh,
when you spend a half hour talking about the technical stuff, it's okay. If I mention something, it's
But you always
damn
it's
good.
always like your sound is low and this is high and this is that and I'm sorry.
Well, what else am I listening for?
Well, I'm listening here and I don't hear it. So what
Obviously.
the hell? Yeah.
Otherwise, you would have fixed it before last night.
It's always low. This new board of mine does not have a loud output.
Huh.
In fact, after the show, I usually go and boost the audio on the recording.
I see.
Yeah, but it was fine last night. So I'm not complaining. Everybody, are you hearing it all right? Everyone, is it okay? Is it fine?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, it's okie dokie. Yeah.
All right.
So,
Must have been a
and
weird
I
Skype
look
night.
up here to see if it's going out well on the audio to the server, and the audio is fine there, and the audio is terrific. In fact, I could turn it up just a little bit here. I could turn it up just a little bit on the audio on the. There we go on the video. Okay, so now everything's higher. All right, so you can be happy.
Yeah, now I'm happy.
Make you.
Hey, I have an app that I want to recommend.
Yeah.
I'm a weather guy, and I always have a weather app on the phone, and this one makes me giggle all the time. It's called WT Forecast.
WT Forecast?
Yeah, and the reason is it's an irreverent news app. Like every time you go, like right now it's 34 degrees and clear outside, but maybe you can see if I put the camera there what it says. There's a different.
Do you remember that one time when you were fucking warm? Well, this is not that time.
And every time you press, every time you check the weather and you go, it's a different saying about. Here's the next one.
This is footy pajama weather. Mine have little pink bunnies on them. What is the name of that?
That one was Tony's.
WT Forecast.
WT
and
Forecast.
it has all the regular stuff that you would get from a weather app, but every time you open it, if it's sunny or if it's raining, it has some irreverent weather forecast, which cracks me up all the time. So I just thought I'd mention it. I've just found this app.
Let's see here.
I'd like something like that for my GPS in the car. That says something like, "Hey, you moron, you missed the turn."
You could do that.
Really? How?
For example, my wife gets all bent out of shape because when you ever hear of Waze?
Yeah.
So with Waze, you can record your own directions, and so my voice is the actual voice on mine, and you can make it say anything you want. So if you want to say, "Hey, dipshit," you just
okay,
you can do whatever you want to say.
So
in relation
I'll open
to
it and allow
driving turn, or
absolutely.
Allow the forecast to go for your. Let's see here. Okay, update the profanity settings. Okay.
Yeah, you want to turn it on to the nastiest settings.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait a minute.
I think it's what the fuck forecast. WTF.
Really?
It cracks me up.
But it won't do it. It can't.
What do you mean?
Well, I can't get it to. Okay.
Nasty up.
Okay. I see. I got to get through all this shit here. Close. There we go. Now I go here. Profanity. On. Okay. Voice settings off. Color settings. Okay. All right. Extend loading phrases. What is that?
It's loading the phrases like the one I just called up now.
Okay.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that one time when it was fucking warm? It's not that time.
Okay, so I now it's chilly outside. Be thankful for indoor plumbing.
Very nice.
No, well, that's good. That's good. I'm happy for that. Okay, all right. Thank you. That's very nice of you to have turned me on to that.
Yeah, it's a perfect app because especially if it's raining, you can still get a chuckle.
Yeah.
Is that what you IT guys do all day?
Now, how does somebody make money out of that?
Well, this has got ads in it.
Oh, it
right?
has ads in it.
You can actually, across the bottom, if you want to pay for it, whatever the in-app price is, which I haven't even looked at, you could get it without the ads. But most of these weather apps have ads.
Okay, well, WT Forecast, folks, is the name of it, so that you can know what that is.
Yeah, it's fun. Get a little chuckle out of the weather.
Well, if I want to know what the weather is, I open the door or the window, I look, and if I want to know what the temperature is, I stick my hand outside.
Maybe it's that easy for you, but I'll tell you, girlfriend has to know what the weather's going to be tomorrow morning because she's going to be leaving early in the morning. And so she has to know what to wear, so she puts her clothes out the night before. And so she has to know what the weather's going to be. And most people do, Phil. It's just you that doesn't give a shit.
Nah, I don't give a shit.
Really?
Yeah. If it's raining, I suck it up, If it's cold, I put on a coat.
I want to know if it's raining. If my bones are aching, I want to know if it's raining. Because my bones usually, I always used to hear this about old people. They could tell the weather by their bones. And I went, oh, come on. That's a piece of shit, right? I'm a young kid, right? Doesn't affect me. Hey, it rains. Hey, whoop-de-doo, I feel great. Now I know. I go to girlfriend. It's supposed to rain tomorrow? Yeah. Oh, okay. That's why my bones are aching.
Yeah, that's why my knee hurts.
That's why my knee hurts.
Well, talking about hurt. I got hurt for $800 day before yesterday because my neck hurts, and I have been going to the Rolfer, and he's been doing a good job on it. But he says you got TMJ, and so he did a couple of.
That's that show on TV with all the gossip, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Z or a J. And so I went to the dentist, and he made me a mouth guard. I'm not going to get it till I get back from my trip.
Oh, that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
You know what sucks about those is just that they're not comfortable. You're going to have that in your mouth, your CPAP machine around. You're going to be sleeping like a freaking astronaut.
Yeah,
I know.
Well, no, but the thing is, my dentist tried to convince me that maybe I had TMJ or that I was grinding my teeth or whatever. I need a bite plate.
My wife has one of those.
Yeah, how much is the bite plate? $600, $700. Does the insurance take care of the bite plate? No.
I think mine was.
And I went, then fuck it. I'll grind my teeth down to powder if need be, and then I'll snort the powder. What?
I'm doing something to one of my teeth, and he said, "Hey, I may have to extract this and put in an implant." And so when I discovered that this TMJ stuff. I said, okay, I'll do that. I'd rather do that than a $6,000
That's the new thing they're selling, too, are implants.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we're going to have to do a root canal on there, but we should just do an implant. And go, oh, yeah, really? $5,000 for the fucking implant? The root canal's only $1,500? Do the fucking root canal.
This tooth had a root canal.
He'll put you out and you'll wake up with breast implants. That's what he was talking about.
I want those ass implants like Kardashian.
Got a root canal and a pair of breasts.
Yeah. But
I'm tired of my pants falling down.
I love the way today. Everywhere you go, they try to upsell you.
Yeah.
By the way, last night I had actually a decent, pleasant relationship with a tech company I had to call in order to get something done, and it was Network Associates or whatever the company is that gives out the that you pay for the
ICANN?
Well, you pay, it's ICANN was one of the companies, but Network Solutions I think is another one. And it was time for me to redo my my yearly thing for Radio Free Jack, and I tried to change my address because the address on my card had changed, and I couldn't get it to work. So it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll call Network Solutions, and I called them. It was the most pleasant experience I've had with any of these phone people. I mean, helpful. I didn't put me out to a second guy. He said, hey, do you want 1 or 2 years? I suggest 2 years because it's cheaper than just the 1 year twice, And I said, okay, do that, do that. And he wasn't trying to upsell me anything particularly. And he got the thing done, and we got the information changed on there, and he was terrific. It was just one of after going through that experience with GoDaddy, I got to read you something. This is amazing. Oh, wait a minute. I may have lost that. I hope I didn't lose it. So here's the stupidest thing. Yeah, there it is. Here's the stupidest thing that I've ever had happen with tech support. I have Seagate, a thing called Seagate Dashboard, which when I load it in, it finds all the hard drives and all the network drives, and then it loads them all onto my desktop. Okay? Good little program, right? But if I leave it on here, especially on my other computer, after about 5 hours, it's eaten up 15 gigs of internal memory.
Oh.
And so I wrote him a letter and said, this is unacceptable. It shouldn't be eating up that kind of memory. It's a complete memory hog. It just eats it up like crazy. And you can turn it off once you've loaded everything in, but nevertheless, if you leave it on, it's going to slowly eat away and eat away and eat away at your memory. So I wrote him a note to that effect. Here's what I get back. Now that what I wrote was very simple. It was a let me see here if I have the original note that I wrote. No, I guess that's it. I don't have the original letter that I wrote them. But anyway, I get this letter back from them, and listen what he writes back. Now, I'm saying that all I'm trying to say is there's something wrong with your Seagate dashboard. It eats up memory. Why don't you do something about it? Just a suggestion. Here's what I get back. Dear Alex Bennett, thank you for contacting Seagate support. My name is Gabriel, and my goal is to make you a very satisfied customer today by finding a solution for you. I understand your Seagate dashboard is not working in conditions.
All right. You're not talking to a person.
No,
that's got to be a
no.
bot.
I'm talking to a person. He's just not.
Really?
He's just not in this country. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Before anything, please provide us with your serial number. Also, I would like to recommend the Time Machine software because I can realize that you are using High Sierra and that backup software also works better. What does that have to do with the Seagate thing? And then he gives me all the instructions on how to use the backup through system preferences in the Time Machine. And
so when you said that this is not, was this a chat or just a back and forth letter?
This was a letter I wrote them just to say, hey, your program is eating up a lot of memory. You should look into this. And instead, he writes me back and says, you should use Time Machine to go get. And I'm, what the fuck are you writing me about? You didn't even read the letter, or understand what I was writing. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I mean, I've gotten answers back where they've been inadequate answers, but not answers to questions I never asked. So after that, last night to have this what essentially was a very nice experience with Network Solutions was a very nice moment in my life. So anyway, hello Kevin, how you doing?
Hi, Alex.
Yep.
Hi, everybody.
Yep. It's Friday.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You could very well have been talking to a bot.
Yeah, I think he was.
Well, no, I wrote a letter. I wrote an email.
And you were answered by a computer or a bot?
Oh, you wrote a physical letter?
I wrote a physical letter to Seagate. I just wanted to let them know that their program was eating up a lot of memory.
Yeah.
You know, and that there's something wrong in the program that sucks out memory out of a computer when it's sitting there open. As soon as I close it, I will gain 15 gigabytes of memory. And so I just wanted them to.
I don't know if they turn those over to bots because.
No,
a lot. You know, there are companies now that they're seeking out those. I got a friend that works for a company that creates bots for companies.
Yeah,
and basically eliminate departments in companies.
Yeah, but in this particular case, this wasn't a bot because it was even if it were a bot, it wasn't answering the question that I asked or wasn't replying to the point of my letter.
Yeah, they're still being developed, and you get goofy answers like that because they feed that letter into a system, and then the system starts to answer that
or
question.
some sort of AI.
Oh, hey, look how good we look tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's on 120-inch screen.
Oh, really?
Cool. I'm just in a little circle.
And you're,
but that's kind of scary.
And that's the Skype. That's
you can leave me in a
40 by 40 on a 40 by 40 square.
That's the Skype feed because when I do this, it's almost time.
Yep, that's actually I'm using Apple. What do you call it? Air. What do they call it?
Airport
to the Apple Play or the Apple thing.
You're mirroring.
Yeah, that's actually mirroring my desktop.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it's very nice that you have
I get a hell of a delay when I do that with mine.
Really?
Yeah, and then it'll cut out. I don't know if it's maybe my connection or whatever. I have to lay my phone right on top of the damn unit. It might be because it's in a cabinet.
Yeah. But anyway, so as I say, it was very pleasant last night to talk to this Network Solutions. And after having gone through the thing earlier in the day with GoDaddy, which was also a pain in the ass, like I told you, having to go from one person to another person to another person to just get the first person to solve my problem for me and fill out the stuff and make sure that I was all, and that I went away a happy camper, you know? It was very nice. Very nice.
Makes you feel refreshed when that happens, you know?
Well, you know, in this day and age, we really have bad service.
I was on with AT&T yesterday, too, and I was calling them up with ready to tear people's heads off, and then they pass you on, and I finally got to a supervisor, and they were all nice, and da-da-da-da-da-da, and I just wanted to tear her head off, and by the time she was done, I got what I wanted, and she was nice, and I said thanks for your patience, and I hung up. And
you ever had a deal with Verizon, Rob, with FiOS?
You know, I had the best experience with FiOS I have ever had. Just 2 days ago.
Really?
So I put in this Orbi, right? I have that Orbi mesh, Netgear Orbi mesh.
Yeah.
House mesh.
How do you like
Wi-Fi? I love it now. I hated it for like 3 days because I had a lot of trouble setting it up, and I was on the phone with support lots and lots of hours to finally get it right. But now I absolutely love it. And what wound up happening was because I had the FiOS router and I had the Orbi, two separate networks. And I think I mentioned this the other night. I couldn't get a printer. I couldn't get my work machine to connect to my printer because my printer was on the Orbi, but my laptop is hardwired into the FiOS router. So when I was trying to connect the printer up, I'm going, what the hell's going on here? I finally realized what happened. And so I called Orbi or Netgear, and they said, you should call Verizon for this. So I got on the phone with Verizon. I got this really wonderful woman on the phone, and she said, I need to reach out to our networking team or whatever, and the three of us are going to do a con call. She was on the phone on one end. The guy that they put me on the phone with who knew how to set up the router and do whatever. In the end, I was on the phone with them for about an hour. We tried like 9 different things because we couldn't get it to work. Finally, they said, you know what we can do? We can use your Orbi router, and we can just turn off the FiOS router. We don't need it. And that's what wound up happening. I'm going to sell my FiOS router because I don't need it anymore. They set up the Orbi for me to be the only router I need. Everything is on one network right now. the woman on the phone, she was the one who was rebooting the ONT and all that. They, all right, reboot the ONT. We're trying this, and they were coordinating. When I tell you, I had the greatest experience with. It took me no time to get him on the phone, and when I had him on the phone, they couldn't have been more helpful in doing this. I mean,
and you didn't even
I was blown away.
And you didn't. Wait a minute. You didn't even buy the Orbi from them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. When you get two companies together like that, working together, it makes it so much nicer.
It was fantastic.
Wow.
And that was just 3.
It'll actually get you to fill out their survey they send you after you're done.
I'll tell you what I did is
there were 2 times I fill out surveys. 1 when I'm fucking mad, and 2 when I'm extremely satisfied.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I did it last night with Network Solutions. I stuck around and gave them all 4s.
Yep.
Yeah. You just
how come you didn't give them 5s?
Because you couldn't give them 5s.
Give them 5s. Yeah. Hey, Rob, did you sell that QNAP thing or?
Nope.
No, really?
We'll have it. I think I'm going to try to set it up over here in the corner in my theater, and see if that works. A guy contacted me last week, and he said, "What's your best price?" And I lowered it a little bit more. I got it down to like $375. But I'm not going any lower. Yeah. And he said, "Well, let me think about it." I said, "Look, dude, that's bottom. I'm about ready to. If I can deploy it, and I it's not noisy or whatever, then I'll just keep it.
Hey, if it's noisy, you can put it anywhere on your net in any room as long as you're hooked up to the network.
Well, that's the problem. I don't have a room. The only places I really have like here, I have a network switch.
Mm-hmm.
I could try it here, but if it's going to really be loud, I don't want it in this room. But I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
In my office is another place where I have the router, right? I plugged it in there.
Mm-hmm.
Too much. There's no other real place where I have...
It's funny because my QNAP is quiet. Very quiet.
See, and I remember you told me that, and I was working with QNAP to get a replacement. I was actually willing to lay out more money.
Do you know when it got loud? When it got somewhat louder, I could hear it, was when I got rid of my cheese grater Mac here and put in the Mac Pro. And the Mac Pro, you have to put your ear into the Mac Pro in order to hear the fan.
Right.
Otherwise, it's dead silent. So I started hearing every sound that was in this room. If there was a hard drive over here that was clicking or whatever, all of a sudden sounds I had never heard before, I was hearing.
Yeah. Hey, I heard you say to Marjorie that you had another Mac Mini with a bad hard drive?
I had a Mac Mini. I had my original Mac Mini, the one that I first used for the server here, went bad. The hard drive went bad in it after 3 years or something like that. No, yours I fixed for $400 because it blew when I plugged it into the wall. So but since it was
supposed to blow up long before that.
Yeah,
when you were holding it.
Since it was an expensive machine, I figured it was worth the $400. And it's worth $200 to me to take what essentially is almost a $900 mini Mac and get it going again. So I'm not even going to use it. It's going to be a spare in case one of the others peters out. So whatever. Anyway, enough tech talk, folks. We don't need to have tech talk, do we? Now, who gives a shit about this crap? Because if you live long enough, technology will disappoint you. Okay, so
you don't even. It could happen. Shit.
No, who was it I was talking to? Well, Damien's been having problems because he's still trying to get his computer up and running again so he can start doing his show. And I wrote him and I just said, I have nothing but technology problems every fucking day because I've got so much technology here that something is off kilter somewhere. Hell, I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for this $3,300 eBay used Mac Pro to blow on me.
Yeah, I think though they're a different level of machine, the Mac Pro.
I think I think it'll last for a long time.
Oh yeah. Because remember how much they were when they were new. Yours was what, about $10,000?
Mine. Well, if I bought it today with all that it has in it, would be $7,000.
Yeah,
a little more than $7,000. Yeah, because it's a 12 core. It's 12 core, and
mine would have been 4, I think, or 4200.
Yeah, and it's a good little machine. You know, I mean, I'm amazed. It's small, it's tiny, it looks like a garbage can.
Yeah,
you know,
it's quiet.
In fact, they call it the trash can. I call mine Alex's trash can on my network. And by the way, the old one, you remember the old Macs, the old Mac Pros?
Yeah.
They call those the cheese graters because they
those were
look like
machines,
cheese graters, huh?
Those were nice looking machines.
Oh yeah, they were, but they were huge and heavy. This thing,
they weigh a ton.
Yeah.
This thing, I pick up around the edge and just pick it up with one hand and move it somewhere, you know. And if you want to get inside, there's just a little thing you flip and the top of the can comes off. So it's an amazing little machine. You know, and quiet.
Yeah, I would never have gotten rid of that Mac Mini if it wasn't for my friend Matt said, "Hey, I'm getting this, super thing to edit movies, and I'll sell you my my machine."
Oh, this thing is
fast for $2,000.
Yeah, this thing is so fast, it's ridiculous, especially when you're editing video. But anyway, the numbers are going down, so let's stop talking tech. Today was quite a day. In Chicago, to begin with, you had the Jussie Smollett thing going on, and then you had what's his name, R. Kelly, 10 counts, 10-count indictment, courtesy of Michael Avenatti, who sent the tapes to the police in Chicago, and they based upon that they were able to get an indictment against him. So. You know,
didn't Cohen share some stuff with Avenatti that's coming back to haunt him?
What?
Michael Cohen, the attorney for Trump, gave Michael Avenatti banking records from Trump.
I don't think so. I don't remember anything like that. Do you, Jeff? Jeff is going. Jeff doesn't remember anything like that. Yeah.
I thought I was watching Chris Cuomo or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And they mentioned that. All right.
Yeah. You can't remember Cuomo?
No.
By the way, I didn't remember Cuomo when my neurologist said to me quickly, "Well, who's the governor of the state of New York?" And I couldn't. I drew a
Rockefeller.
blank. and I'm thinking, oh God, the guy's going to have me going off to some kind of psych ward somewhere or something, you know. And then he said, "Well, okay, who's the mayor of New York?" And I couldn't do that either. But it's De Blasio.
Not Lindsay anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Didn't they invent the word the Big Apple?
Who?
Isn't he responsible?
I think so.
No,
I think so.
No, I don't think so. I think that goes all the way back to. Who was that? The mayor, Jimmy. I'm trying to remember his name. He was like a really fancy dude. For
some reason, I thought it was Lindsay that.
I'm looking it up right now. I thought you were right.
Yeah.
You're right, Alex.
Yeah, Jimmy.
John Fitzgerald.
Oh, John Fitzgerald.
John J. Fitzgerald. Big Apple is a nickname for New York City. It was first popularized in the 1920s by John J. Fitzgerald, a sports writer for the New York Morning Telegraph.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why
do we think that it was Lindsay?
I don't know. Maybe it was repopularized during the Lindsay administration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to him? John Lindsay.
Did he die?
He was old. Yeah, he would have been old.
Yeah, I think he died. I just assume everybody's dead. When I find out they're alive, then I'm pleasantly surprised.
Mike Allen probably did die, and he went to hell. And they met him there, and they said, "No, you can't come in here."
Well, how I never liked Mike Allen, but I got very concerned about the possibility that he might have met his demise. All right, and not with any great, happiness. I was worried about him. All right, but now I hate him again, and I hate him because this son of a bitch disappears for 2 months.
Right? No apology.
Almost 2 months. Comes back, no apology, and fucking Jack is like kissing his fucking ass last night, and I'm going, if I were Jack, I would have told him to go fuck himself.
Yeah.
Well, because what? You're in a place where I'm sure they had a telephone. Well,
he said it was for his foot, but I think it was a psych ward. I think he they got those straight jackets.
Well, he kind of last night on Jack's show, I think he was changing his tune, that it wasn't just his diabetes foot, or whatever, or his foot or whatever, that it was something else.
Yeah, he didn't admit to anything, but it did sound a little fishy to me that for his foot he vanished.
So if you're listening, we take back all the worry and concern that we had for you, and tell you to go fuck yourself because you made us worry about you like that.
Now, Charlie, you had one of those ulcers. How long did they put you in a rehab or a psych ward, or was it an outpatient procedure?
It was an outpatient procedure.
Okay, so then Mike was in jail.
Well, I got this little thing.
He finally pissed somebody off in the McDonald's.
I got this little thing here. It's about the size of the head of a pin.
Yeah.
And it's like it's got a scab on it, but it itches all the time.
Yeah.
Now it wouldn't be. That's not an open sore. That's a closed sore.
If the foot falls off, it'll go away.
Oh God! But it's just been, And
mine is the size of a quarter, so
yeah,
pretty big.
Oh, okay. Well, when mine gets to the size of a quarter, I'll let you know. But anyway, so they
go for 25.
So anyway, so fuck Mike Allen, and I'm sorry now you're not dead, because then I could have, all that worrying would have been gone for something.
Yeah.
Boy, I mean, I figured if anybody was gonna say, "Hey, I'm not dead. Don't worry about me. I'm in the hospital," or whatever, it would be him. He'd call up Jack and tell him.
Yeah.
But he didn't. Then that was being inconsiderate, Mike.
Well, maybe he didn't have enough commissary to use the phone.
Oh, he had enough money on cigarettes.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Just have another pack of cigarettes there, Mike. By the way, in the hospital, he said he couldn't smoke in the hospital.
Yeah, he said he went outside.
Yeah.
Well, he could go outside, but he couldn't make a phone call.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how old Mike is, but 64. At his age, why quit smoking? Whatever damage is going to happen has already happened.
He's probably mid-60s.
Yeah.
No. His birthday is June of 54. He's 64 years old. He's going to be 65. He's a couple days older or younger than me.
So should he quit smoking now?
Yes.
Wait a minute. More packs a day.
Jeff said yes. Jeff said yes. Why, Jeff?
Because let's assume that he wants to be another year older. It's a statistical thing.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
He said he wasn't going to quit. On Jack's show last night, because Jack asked him. He says, "You're going to quit smoking. That would have been a good opportunity. If you're laid up for a month or two with no smoking."
I don't know why people don't quit smoking. Now, here's my thinking behind this, because I quit years ago, but I'm glad I don't smoke, because have you seen what cigarettes cost these days?
You see what it does to your skin?
No, forget about that. Forget about that. Forget about all the side effects and everything.
Car payment every month.
If you a pack of cigarettes is now $12 in Manhattan.
Yeah, it could be more than that. I think it was $12 when I was still.
I used to buy a carton of cigarettes for $3, for crying out loud.
That's right.
I quit when it was 50 cents a pack for Marlboros.
And they go, well, the reason why we have it so expensive now is because it will encourage people to quit smoking. No, it doesn't encourage them to quit smoking. It just makes them get cancer and not be able to afford to pay to get it cured. I mean, the price of cigarettes is just incredible.
And they stink, and your clothes stink. I have two people that work for me that smoke. One of them doesn't seem to smell from it, but this one salesman, he walks in from outside. I can't even walk into the bathroom when he's been, went outside, had his cigarette, went to the bathroom, and I smell. It permeates.
I got to tell you, I don't know many people who smoke anymore. It's just not, it's not in anymore. There are probably young people doing more smoking now, and this vaping, they say, may be dangerous.
Worse.
Yeah, well, not worse.
Oh, it's got nicotine. Those Juul things.
No, yes, but it isn't the nicotine that causes the problems. It's the tar, and the additives they put in cigarettes, like saltpeter and so on.
Yeah.
That cause.
Well, they probably gave Mike that for a while when he was in the big house.
Like I used to smoke Sherman cigaratellos, mainly because I was fatuous, and also because it didn't have any additives in it. And I think maybe that saved my life because I wasn't inhaling all that saltpeter and all those additives that they put into cigarettes. Nicotine in and of itself may not be a killer, but it's the additives that are.
And when I was working in Richmond, we had a lot of people that would smoke those Sherman cigarettes, but they called them Sherms, and they used to put PCP in them. And so a Sherm was one of those Sherman cigarettes with PCP, laced PCP.
Well, now you just took my old habit away from me. I used to think of those cigarettes with great, big
secret.
And they were $2 a pack. They were $2.
Yeah.
I spent big money on cigarettes. Right?
Did you ever smoke Dunhills?
No.
You come back from Europe, and you get the Dunhills in that little round box.
No. That was for sissies. Cigaratellos were really, and they used to go out too. They didn't because they didn't have saltpeter in them. If you didn't keep puffing on them, they would go out, and you'd have to relight them. But they were cigarettes. So nicotine isn't really the big problem. It's all the additives and things like that. But people say to me, I can't quit, and I went, well, I quit. And they said, how'd you do it? Like there's some kind of magic thing in how you stop smoking, and there really isn't a magic formula. The best way
I never quit.
Well, what I
did was I put off the next cigarette another hour.
Well, no, this is what I said. I said, first of all, if you're going to quit smoking, never say I'm going to quit smoking. You say, I'm going to see how long I can go without smoking.
Well, I would say to myself, well, I made it to this time. Let me go another hour.
But but the point that I'm making is, if you say you're going to quit, you're putting a barrier in front of yourself.
Sure.
If you say I'm going to see how long I can go without smoking, you're throwing a challenge at yourself. And there's a difference in the mentality there. And that's what I did. I just said I want to see how long I can go without smoking. And so far now it's been, 40 years. I don't know how long. I quit in 1982, 83.
Yeah, I quit in 76.
Bottom line is you got to want to.
Well, I wanted to, but also it was just a matter of just saying I'm going to see how long I can go without smoking, and I had certain things I did to make it easier. I took they had a thing called Bantron at the time, which was a nicotine pill you would take that would take the edge off of it. And I did that for just a couple of days, and then whenever I felt I wanted a cigarette, I just took a deep breath in and held it.
I'm having trouble remembering in my mind. Did you smoke menthols?
No.
No. Okay.
No. In the very beginning, when I first started, when Ronnie had
when you were in Sausalito
started me smoking. Ronnie was the one that started me smoking.
Really?
Yeah, it was Newports. And I was so into smoking, man. I went out and I got the Newport lighter, I got the Newport cigarettes. And before I knew it, I was hooked, And I smoked for 20 years, And now when I think about smoking, I can't imagine myself a smoker. It's like, it just disappeared. I'm very happy with it. But I'm happy because I look at the cost of cigarettes and I go, I couldn't afford that today.
Yeah.
That's insane. Yes, Jeff.
When I pull off the freeway, there's always somebody with a sign that says,
I said yes, Jeff.
Oh.
I was going to say, I quit smoking several times, probably 10 different times. And then finally I gave it up because of sex.
Because of sex?
Yeah. My wife said, no more sex until you stop smoking.
Oh, really?
Oh, that'll do it.
Because wait a minute, because number one, she said no more sex unless you stop smoking, and then your reply should have been, but then what do I do after sex?
Yeah, I don't. It was kind of like a joke, but
yeah,
it worked.
But mentally, it worked. I don't know. It was kind of like
look. I just say to anybody who smokes, stop. Stop right now. You can do it. If I could do it, I mean, you're not powerless over it. It just seems like this huge hurdle that isn't as much of a huge hurdle as you think it is. And just don't say to yourself, I'm quitting smoking. Just say, I'm going to see how long I can go without a cigarette.
Have you found that smokers are indignant when you tell them that, hey, don't smoke around me?
No, I
need some fresh air.
I never say that to smokers.
Well, I don't either, but I've noticed that some smokers will say, hey, I got a right to smoke, and...
No, I have people who would come into my house and say, do you mind if I smoke? And my answer was, I quit, you didn't. Yeah. And I let people smoke in my house. I asked them to crack a window, but maybe today I wouldn't put up with it any longer. And people don't walk into your house anymore and start smoking,
Yeah. Now everybody knows to go out to the garage or go outside.
Yeah.
You don't have to say it.
A lot of people
I'm thinking, I really have no social life. I mean, I have no real friends. I have a Shecky and I have Jack, and that's about it. Those are my friends that I talk to. If I smoked, I would have to go down to the sidewalk and smoke.
Cold.
And there are other people
You can't smoke in your apartment?
Well,
multi-unit.
I don't know, but girlfriend would go crazy. But let's say I then had to go down to the sidewalk to smoke, and I'd meet a lot more people that way.
Yeah.
Even a lot of people don't even smoke in their own houses.
Walnut Creek is the first city that outlawed smoking in bars and public places in the country. Mm-hmm. And I'm in Walnut Creek, and I live in a multi-unit building. And one of the things I was sort of concerned about when I sold my house and was going to move into an apartment was I didn't want to smell smoke through the walls. Mm-hmm. But I'm lucky, one of the reasons I'm not moving out of Walnut Creek anytime soon is there's no smoking. So there's maybe 100 units in my building, and I don't smell anything.
Yeah,
and I like that.
But anyway, I mean, I can't remember the last time anybody ever came into my apartment and even went outside to smoke. I mean, I don't think I know that many people who smoke. I don't know that many people. I mean, look
about the joints?
Well, look at our crowd here. Nobody here smokes. None of you smoke. And we could have another 5 people from our regular citizen panels here, and none of them smoke. So, yes, Jeff, did you?
No, I know kids who are below 30 years old or whatever. They still smoke pot, that's for sure.
Well, smoke pot.
I would smoke pot. I don't consider that smoking.
No, know that, but I'm just saying they just...
No, I mean, I'll take a puff off a joint. I'm not worried about it's going to make me want to smoke cigarettes because
it'll make you want to do heroin.
Yeah, immediately makes me want to do heroin.
Marijuana with its roots in hell.
Yes, the roots
in hell. I taught you in high school, junior high school.
So anyway, we had R. Kelly. He's in a lot of trouble now, and the Jussie is. I think that career's pretty much over, don't you?
Yeah. They wrote him out of the last 2, right?
They wrote him out of the last 2 episodes. They say they don't know what they're going to do about next year, but I know what they know what they're going to do about next year.
Oh boy!
So did he have a very?
Paycheck? He's really got a problem now.
Yeah, no, for attorneys. Did he have a very big part in that show?
Or? Yeah, he was. Well, he played the son. on the show. So he was maybe, I don't know, 5th or 6th in line as a star on the show. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't watch that piece of shit. Are you kidding me?
I never watched it. I didn't know what it was.
I never heard of the guy before.
Well, wait a minute,
so
Charles. As a black person, aren't you required by law to watch Empire?
I watched my 2 episodes that I was required to watch, and then I shut it down.
Yeah, I watched 1 episode, and I said, not for me, you know. But supposedly the cast is livid, just livid with him. You know,
I don't think he could apologize. It would have hurt his. Well, he apologized, but I don't think he could have admitted the crime because it would probably hurt his. What are you doing there? Kevin's got a laser, and you know, I mean, it would have sealed his fate. Didn't he plead not guilty? And now he's got a. He can't.
Well,
just
no,
say,
I think he apologized to the people at. The Empire cast for the problem that had occurred, you know, and then he said, I think he said to them, "But I'm not guilty," you know. And
and that seemed to incite them and make them angry.
Well, they shouldn't make them angry. I mean, come on, you know, haven't we learned that it's the national thing now to deny? After all, Trump has taught us that lesson.
No, it was Clinton that taught us that lesson.
No. Then how come nobody practiced it until
now? I got to tell you,
Clinton, he practiced.
No, what did Clinton do?
Exactly the same thing I was thinking today.
What did Clinton do that was so bad? He got a blowjob.
Yeah, well, you know, when he was confronted and he had to admit it, he didn't want to admit it. He said he denied because he didn't want Hillary to find out.
That's right.
So Trump has the exact same problem. He's got. We have proof of him selling.
But he does it every day.
Trump paid for his crime.
He does it every day.
Worse. Yeah, how's it worse?
Oh, I think that. Well, let's just wait. You know, we got the Mueller report in about another week and a half or so. So.
And more importantly, I really do believe is what's coming out of the Southern District of New York. That's going to fry him.
There's something new that they came up with, an insurance issue, and the Trump organization. What was that about?
Supposedly, there's a supposedly he claimed damage. This is one of the examples. There was a hurricane in Florida, and he claimed damages to Mar-a-Lago of $17 million, and there was no damage to Mar-a-Lago.
Huh.
Oh.
So that's one of the ones that they've got proof of and they're going after. So
now the question is, are they going to go after him or do they go after the Trump organization?
It was a Trump organization thing.
Yeah.
This is a private company. Remember, this is not a publicly traded company.
It's
so the man at the top.
Yeah.
What kind of paper towels did he throw at that one?
That is fraud, right?
Oh yeah.
Wait, admit that is fraud.
What did you say? What did you say? What did you say, Kevin?
I said, what kind of paper towels did he throw at that one? Brownies or
Charmin?
Well, I mean, the question is also, can the Southern District of New York go after a sitting president? Or do they have to wait till he's no longer president to charge him with the crimes?
Well, it depends on who you talk to. His Attorney General Barr says no. You know, the House Democrats say yes. So, you know.
Well, think of it, though, Phil. There's going to be a day. Thank goodness there'll be a day when he is no longer in the White House.
I don't think so. I think that he'll use executive power to get a third term.
I believe you're right. You're right.
If you believe that and you still support that, that's scary.
Well, I was happy with
nobody
the first
should
term.
have a third
I'd
term.
vote for him in the second
when
term.
Bloomberg got a third term, when Bloomberg got a third term here in New York, as much as I like Bloomberg for 2 terms as mayor, I didn't want to see him get a third term. And when he did the third term, it was horrid. You know, He was doing goofy stuff during his third term.
Not as bad as de Blasio's first term.
Well, I'll tell you, I watched de Blasio the other day on the air. Now, I have not been following de Blasio, and I know that a lot of people don't like him. I'll tell you, my friend Shecky does not like de Blasio.
I don't like him.
I know a lot of people that don't like him. I know a lot of people that do. I watched him the other day on television, and he was being interviewed, and I thought he was terrific. I thought he was.
On what topic?
On just a lot of different topics about national health and things like that, and things that he wants to see, like in New York City. I think he made the minimum wage in New York City $15. Things like that. Talking about he's very much, I would say, a socialist. Okay. And which makes me happy. And I just thought he was okay. I thought he was well spoken. Jeff, how do you feel about de Blasio since you live nearby?
Yeah, he seems fine. I hear him on the radio once in a while or TV, whatever, and he seems pretty good.
I saw one of his.
I don't know him that well.
Yeah,
I saw one of his latest. Go ahead, finish.
I actually know the guy who's in charge of the police.
Mm-hmm.
He's an old friend of mine.
Yeah.
I should ask him. He would know.
Yeah.
He's cracking down on all of the parking in New York City, those the placards that people put in their cars.
Oh, handicap placards?
Not handicap, the ones that say NYPD or NYPD is allowed to give them out. Press is allowed to give them out. The media, rather. There's like 3 or 4 different organizations, and he's switching it to a digital system because there's a lot of fakes out there. And there are people who will take like an NYPD blanket or an NYPD jacket and fold it and put it in the window. So what he's doing is he's coming out with stickers that the police right now have to use judgment as to whether to ticket a car or not.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have a sticker system where the traffic enforcement people could just scan it and find right away. And ultimately, it's going to be just they're going to have a database on all this stuff. That's a great idea.
New York has another problem with parking in cars is that the UN is in New York, and you have all these guys with diplomatic immunity and diplomatic plates.
I work there.
I'll tell you what the biggest problem is. I'll tell you this right now. In New York, especially, and anybody who's ever taken a cab during the day knows this to be true. If you're trying to drive down, say, I don't know, take any basic throughway, Broadway, whatever. Yeah. There are so many cars double parked. UPS, FedEx, delivery people, that really a lot of these 2-lane streets are really 1-lane streets.
Yeah. Right.
They should make a law where you can't make deliveries until after 7 o'clock at night.
My father's company used to deliver at like 3 in the morning to these commercial delivery things. We had a truck, and we take the carpet, and the truck driver would bring it to the different jobs early in the morning, and the receiving docks were open and there to get it. So this way the installers could go with a normal car and park, because you couldn't get these big trucks to maneuver around. And that was in the early 70s and late 60s.
Jeff?
Yeah, if I have to go in the city, I pretty much take the train instead.
I don't like taking cabs anywhere, because I sit there getting apoplectic in the cab because it just isn't moving. It's not that I'm seeing the meter going higher.
Oh, you're going.
You want to hear the latest? This really pissed me off yesterday, because I guess I haven't taken a regular cab since February 1st. But as of February, I'm sitting there taking this cab, and all of a sudden a sign comes up on the thing where it shows you how much you're spending, right? And it says, there is a $2.75 congestion charge.
Wow.
Tell him to blow his nose.
And I asked the guy, what the fuck is that? And he says, they charge now $2.75 additional for riding in a cab because of congestion.
What's it cost to put the flag down now in New York in a cab?
I think it's like maybe $2.75, $3, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so just to drop the flag is going to be $3.
But and I said to him, I said, so he says, yeah, all the cabs have this now that they have to pay you already have to pay like a certain amount of money anyway as a surcharge, and now they've added this other surcharge.
Yeah, there's a night surcharge.
There's a night surcharge. There's from 4 to 7 o'clock at night surcharge.
If you put stuff in the trunk, there's a surcharge. Right?
I don't think they're charging. No, they're not charging for that anymore.
No, they used to charge for bags.
But not anymore.
And what if there was more than one person in the cab? Then they charged an extra for two passengers.
No, they never did that. They never did that.
Didn't they?
No.
I remember. Yeah. Okay, I thought they did.
Where were you living?
It's been a long. It was a long time since I took a cab in Manhattan.
Yeah, but it used to be they would charge you to put something in the trunk. Yeah, but they don't anymore. They don't anymore. Right. But anyway, so I took a thing down to the Apple store, which normally cost me maybe $12, came to $20 because of the $2.75 to blah, blah, blah. And I'm going, and I said to the guy, I said, "Do you get any of this $2.75?" He says, "Oh no, that goes to the city." He says, "You know what's even worse?" I said, "What?" He said, "I have to pay it. Every yellow cab and green cab has to pay it, but Uber doesn't."
Wow.
Yeah, it's fucked.
So, and who's causing the most congestion these days but Uber and Lyft and all of these? And they don't have to pay it because they don't have a meter that drops.
Do you have to tip on that extra $2.75? So let's say you get a $15, $20 bill and you give them $4 tip.
I always do. When it says, "Do you want how much you want to give?" I say 20%, and it takes it off of that.
I used to take a cab from Rockefeller Center to Penn Station, which is what? Is that 20 blocks? 20. Yeah. Used to be $3.
Well, then I got on a subway, and I had to go down to see Jack at the hospital, and I had to go from 8th Avenue down to 1st Avenue, and then from 12th over to 16th. And he says, I get in the cab, and the guy says to me, "Give me $10, and I'll do it." Without doing it on the meter.
Was that for a blowjob?
I think what's starting to happen out there is a lot of guys are doing it this way because the other way they're losing money.
Yeah, they get in trouble if they don't flag the meter and they got a passenger.
Hell yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
but who's going to turn him in if he's doing you a favor?
Well, cop sees it, you can pull him over.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is if you don't put the flag down, the light still, the light doesn't go off. People are trying to hail you all the time.
But you can. I think you can go off.
Say off duty.
Off duty.
Off duty.
Yeah. But I mean, all I'm saying is that it's getting ridiculous to take a cab now. So. And I said, why are they doing that? Because they want to make people take the subways. I said, the subways are crowded enough as it is already, So what, they want us to take...
Are the subways harder to get on? Because
it depends on...
there's not as many times that they go by.
It depends on the time of day. It really depends on the time of day. So it's hard for me to answer.
I'd rather take the bus.
Huh?
I'd rather take the bus. I used to take the bus, stay above ground.
Yeah.
Bus.
Where is where? Well,
it looks like he's in the city.
Well, where.
Hello.
We had that game. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? We have a new one. Yep. Where in the world is Ray Renati? Let's see here. I'd say Ray is on the streets of San Francisco.
That's right, with Ephraim Zimbalist Jr.
Yeah,
and Carl Malden.
Yeah,
I'm on Ocean Avenue near City College.
Oh,
really?
Okay. I used to go to City College.
Yeah, I live right off the same furniture.
You know why? You know why I went to City College of San Francisco?
No,
the culinary.
I went to City College of San Francisco because I couldn't get into San Francisco State. Okay.
Yeah.
First 2 years of my life were on Plymouth and Ocean.
And you know why? You know why people go to San Francisco State? Because they couldn't get into the University of California.
Yeah. Is it too noisy? I can turn off my mic. Whoa.
It's
when you don't talk, it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyway,
anyway, I'm here because I'm rehearsing for the musical Mamma Mia. I'm actually in the show at City College as a student. Yeah, well, as a student, so I got a union waiver, so I'm not getting paid anything.
Yeah.
But I got to do something, so I had to register for classes so they don't have to do the union thing.
Now, what union are you a member of?
Well, I'm a member of SAG-AFTRA and also Actors Equity.
Oh, okay.
Actors Equity, which is the stage managers and the actors union.
Yeah, because I'm SAG-AFTRA, so.
Yeah, me too.
Now, City College of San Francisco was going to lose their accreditation a couple of years ago for a mismanagement of money and their administration not accounting for. Oh yeah. No. Where's the bag?
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on here. I mean, this is like I love Filipino people. They're like I have a lot of Filipino friends, but Daly City and over here is just.
So
you
what
might as well be in the Philippines.
What part are you playing? What part are you playing in Mamma Mia?
Sam. The part that Pierce Brosnan played in the movie.
Yeah, and do you?
I hear there's a gig on Empire. All you gotta do is put on blackface.
Oh shit! I can't believe you said that. Well, it's the internet. You're allowed to.
Yeah.
I can play some blackface, yo. Yeah.
Let me ask you this then. That character does have a song in Mamma Mia, does he not?
Yes, a hard one. But I can sing it. But poor Pierce could not sing it.
Well, could you give us while you're walking down the streets of San Francisco, give us a rendition?
I don't know it that well yet. Oh, God.
Well, give it a try.
I only had 2 rehearsals. I've had 1 rehearsal where I sang this song and I can't even remember the damn words.
Give it a try. Give it a try.
Well, I got to remember the tune. Shit, someone's got to help me. I need someone to help me start.
Does it have anything to do with the word Mamma Mia?
No. I can't remember right now. This is terrible. I'm sorry. It's all new to me. It just started a couple days ago.
No wonder they're not paying you.
Ray.
No, it started like 2 days ago.
Don't worry. It started a couple of years ago for me. I can't remember anything either.
No, but I have like 10 songs to sing. There's just one where I sing most of it, but there's like 10, 12 songs I have to be a part of.
I've forgotten every song that ABBA ever did, but that's on purpose.
Well, you don't forget. What about Dancing Queen? You probably remember that, right? Dancing Queen. I can't sing that. Right. You know Dancing Queen, right?
Yeah, that's Elton John, isn't it?
No,
that's ABBA.
Elton John was a dancing queen, but he.
That was the joke, Phil.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Hey, I've seen Elton John live. He's amazing.
I saw him. Yeah. I saw him in Barcelona at a soccer stadium during the Olympics, and he did a show. It was the best concert I've ever been to in my life.
Absolutely, same here.
He's great. He's awesome.
Because you go, well, what's happening? So it's Elton John. It's going to be an Elton John concert, right? And we talked to him before he went on and everything, and I figured, hey, he's okay, And then he started doing one song, and I went, oh yeah, that was his hit. And they did another song. Before he was through, he'd done an hour, and you knew every fucking song he did.
I know.
And then he had he had 75,000 people on their feet fucking dancing. I mean, it was an amazing concert. And it was on Laserdisc and on DVD, his Barcelona concert. And
he is absolutely incredible. I saw him at Shoreline Amphitheater in Mountain View. He played for 3 hours without a break. And he got on top of the piano, played it with his nose, played it upside down. I mean, it was incredible. And the guy was already like 60 years old.
Yeah.
No prostate problems, huh?
He's amazing. He's totally amazing.
He's amazing. He was absolutely amazing. To me, It is the most memorable concert I've ever been to, and I've been to things like the Stones, you know, and so on. But just saying, boy, what a concert! That was it.
Hey, Phil, did you see the Stones are going to be in town again?
No.
In a couple months.
Yeah.
So I guess their final tour.
They have a name for it. They have a name for it. The Steel Walker Tour.
Yeah. I'd go if I could go if Gabnet would get me a photo pass.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, good idea.
Yeah. I doubt that I would get a photo pass for the Stones.
Yeah, no. So they're going to do one more concert. This is it for them, right?
Well, I saw it 25 years ago. I saw
their
final concert. I went to the Oakland Coliseum, supposedly their final concert. It had to be at least 20 years ago. No, it was more than that.
Yeah.
Like 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I wasn't even married yet.
I remember that when Alex was at Camel, the Stones were in San Francisco.
Yes, they were at Candlestick Park.
Yeah, and you went because you gave me your pass, which was like a fabric. What do you call it? A fabric thing that stuck to your jacket.
Yeah,
it was a Stones pass. And you gave it to me, and I put it on a book, and I had it for a long time, and now I don't know where it is.
Yeah,
they played over in Oakland too at the Day on the Green too, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we did a show. We did a show from the concert. We couldn't do the concert itself, but we were up in the booth, and we were doing, a pre-show, as it were.
Yeah,
that was the last time I saw him, and I'm going to go see him at Levi's too.
Yeah,
I had tickets to see him in Singapore until SARS broke out.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Let me see.
I don't know why I'm going.
Who have I seen live? I've seen the Stones live. The Beatles, saw them live. In fact, Ringo stood on my hand, or they were running off stage, and my hand was on the stage stair, and he stepped on my hand. So
nice.
That's my memory of that.
Ringo gave you a hand job.
And then I think I emceed. I emceed the Rolling. No, I know. I emceed the Rolling Stones concert. Yeah. Well, here comes Richard Johansson again. He's in Copenhagen. Let's see if this answers. Yes, it does. Now let's see if he comes through here. I've got him up. Yeah. No. Damn it. What is wrong? Every time he tries to call, I can't get him.
He doesn't have the right Skype.
Let me do that. Let me see here. Are you? There he goes. I don't know. He has a problem. He always has a problem.
He called from Thailand.
No, it wasn't Thailand. He was calling from Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so if I used my VPN, would it say I was calling from whatever country?
Yeah, it would.
It would.
Actually, not Skype though.
Oh, but on a phone.
On a phone, if you did a
cell,
your IP address would be from there. So
you know what I don't like about VPN? I find whenever I use it, the signal is slower.
Yeah, depends on the VPN you use.
Well, he's got the same one I got, NordVPN.
Yeah,
I know.
Here we go. Here we go, and he's not coming through here.
You know what I use it for? Sometimes I'm looking at a clip on a website, and it says this cannot be viewed in your country. So I go to
porn.
No. It was about shark diving, and so I'll say okay, the UK on the thing, and then all of a sudden I'll be able to view the video.
Yeah. Well.
Hey, if you want me to sing some of the song now, I can. I just looked it up, and I remember part of it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you ready?
Here from the cast of Mamma Mia at City College of San Francisco.
Are there any cops around?
Huh?
This is just a tip. Yeah, I smell a lot of weed.
Richard Johansson, wait a minute, hold on a second. Richard Johansson writes me and says, you don't want to answer. No, I try to answer, but I can't answer you because for some reason this thing doesn't want to let me answer, so I hang up on you because you keep ringing. I'm trying, Richard, but I can't do it. It will not. There's something wrong on your end. Oh, here he goes again. This is annoying. And I'll hit add to group call. and nothing will happen. Watch. Nothing.
Call him back so he doesn't think you're...
No, no, if I try to call back, it doesn't work. Watch, I'll call back. Watch this. Hold on a second. We'll get our... Let's see here. Okay, there we go. And it's going to ring, and it's going to ring, and it's going to ring, and he's not going to pick up. So, whatever.
All right, let's get our song there, Ray.
Okay, Ray.
All right. I'll sing the chorus of SOS, okay, without any accompaniment except for the buses, okay?
Yeah.
All right, buses. Oh, shit, I'm about to get run over by a bus. Crap. Wait a second. Okay, you ready? I'll just stay here. Okay, here goes. So when you're near me, wait a minute. So when you're near me, darling, can't you hear me? SOS. The love you gave me, nothing else can save me. SOS. When you're gone, how can I even try to go on? There you go.
How much is that going to cost you, Alex?
I didn't stop to think about that.
Look, wait a second.
You can't dance to it, but it has a really
Well, listen, he was so out of tune, I don't think they will be able to recognize it on YouTube.
Oh,
it's your driver's license, sir.
You guys are rough. Wait. I don't know the key. I'm just trying to do it a cappella.
We don't have video, by the way, on you, Ray.
Step to the side of the car, sir. Put your hands on the top of the car.
Jeez.
Hands behind
you guys
your
are
head.
brutal. I knew I shouldn't have done that.
You know what the problem is? The problem is that we didn't have the choreography that went along with it.
Yeah. And the music. It's hard to sing that on your own.
Yeah,
when
that
you just
was
learned
the
it.
problem.
Yeah.
Guitar or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's freaking brutal. It's too high for me.
Well,
I'm a baritone, and I have to sing like this tenor song. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, but don't they? Oh, here comes Richard. Quit trying, okay? Quit trying.
He probably can't hear you.
Do they have some sort of like
Wait a minute,
karaoke thing where when you sing into the microphone, it'll help it along?
Did you get the Plymouth yet?
Okay, I'm never doing that again. I am never doing it because look, I've been in like 50 musicals. It takes a while to get everything perfect. I don't have music with me. I'm just doing it out on the fucking street in a shitty microphone. And I'm freezing cold, and I don't even know the song yet.
Yeah,
so that's that.
All of those people started gathering around you and said, hey, where's your wallet?
And there were,
I thought the guy gave
howling.
you $3.
Did you hear the dogs howling in the background?
That was dogs? I thought it was SOS.
No, and there were some coyote. There's some coyote that made their way over from Golden Gate Park.
Now, why are you walking?
No, they came across the wall.
Why are you walking to City College?
No, here's what happened. I went to rehearsal. I was already here an hour early, and I get a text from the director saying, "Oh, you don't need to come." The musical director says, and I drove an hour and a half to get here. So I went in and I did like an hour of the rehearsal, and I left and I went for a walk because I needed some exercise. So that's a scoop.
Oh, so that's what it is.
Yeah, because they don't have a stage manager
Do
yet.
they?
So
Do they
there's
still
nobody
have?
to tell me?
Do they still have their parking? Richard, quit trying. Okay, Richard.
He can't hear you.
Quit trying. Okay.
Maybe you need to
fight him.
Huh?
Fight him. He can't hear you.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder. Can I send him a thing? I'm sorry. I enjoy the show. Thank you, Richard. I like it, but don't call.
He's being sarcastic now because he thinks you're rejecting him.
I'm not rejecting him. I know.
I know.
For some reason, every time he calls, I can't connect him. So it has something to do with the fact that it's coming from Copenhagen. You know.
Well, it was Thailand.
I think it may be something as what happened? Who did?
Pushed a button.
Somebody pushed a button, and I bet I know who it is too.
Me?
No. I bet Jeff, hang up, Jeff.
This is weird.
Hang up and then call us back again.
I can see his desktop right there.
Call us back
I'm seeing
again.
like a movie.
Yeah, it's you, Jeff. Look, see what Jeff
oh my
does?
God.
Yeah, it says Jeffrey Stein right on his desktop.
Great. Jeff,
Jeff's
hang
playing
up.
around with his mouse.
Hang up your Skype. Just get out of your Skype. There we go.
I think he turned off his.
Now I don't get Now I don't get.
Now there's
nobody. No,
nobody.
Jeff.
Let's
Jeff.
see his password.
Oh, Jeff. Jeff.
See some porn.
Oh.
He's still there, Jeff.
That's
What's that red suit?
SOS.
Jeff.
Huh, he's
just
still
hang up. Get to reboot your machine, Jeff. We can't get out of this.
You just need to close Skype. Just close Skype.
Close Skype out, Jeff.
Hang up and call back.
And Richard,
he's gonna have to log in again because he can't close Skype. He has to reboot.
Yeah, he has to reboot.
Oh, yeah. You can just go up there and close it.
Well,
Control Alt Delete.
No, it's a Mac.
And this Richard Johnson keeps asking. It keeps calling. This is getting to be annoying. Richard, if you're listening. Oh no, Jeff. Oh God.
I'm trying.
Jeff,
yeah.
just
turn off your computer.
Turn your computer off.
Yeah, he's getting nervous because now he can't type.
Turn your computer off.
Give him a break here.
He's got to get back in.
Turn your computer off. And between that and Richard Johansson, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just fucking block him. That's the best way.
You know what? I think the Thai government might be blocking him.
Yeah, block this person.
No, he's in Copenhagen.
Block. Okay.
Right.
Well, you know those Danes.
I just blocked him.
They're socialists.
Wait a minute.
They don't like shit like that.
Are you listening to us, Jeff? Can you hear us?
He's trying.
Jeff,
You're making him
just
nervous.
turn your machine off.
All right.
Just turn it
You're
off.
making him nervous. Relax.
Just turn it off. Because until you turn it off, we can't see everybody else because you somehow hit that thing to share your screen with everybody else.
I see everybody's in circles now.
Yeah,
at the top.
me too. Little tiny circles.
He hasn't hung up.
Tiny circle.
Well, he's trying.
It's shutting down. It's probably just shutting down.
Push the off button. Just turn the machine off.
Just do a cold boot. Just push the on-off button. Keep it in until it turns off.
Yeah, hold it down for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And then sing SOS.
We're waiting. We're waiting. Okay.
Well, we don't have to wait. We can fill with Ray. You got any other songs?
No.
I'll sing whatever you want.
As a baritone?
Lie with me.
You know something? He just is.
The loveliness of Paris.
Jeff is still
sadly gay.
Jeff is still online.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's just hit the power button on his computer.
Yeah.
He needs to hold it down for 5 seconds on a Mac.
Jeff, can you hear us, Jeff? Wait a minute. Well, no.
We only have another 9 minutes.
And Alex,
okay,
you can't hang up on him?
Here we go. Here we go. I got everybody back again.
Oh, you know what? I can dump him here. See if I can dump. There, I got him. I dumped him.
You got him? He's not done.
Thank you.
Remove this person from group.
I just removed him from the call.
Yeah, anybody could do that.
Boy.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, so when Phil gets really
that doesn't
nasty,
bode
we
well
can
for
just...
me.
The socialist could just dump you.
Yeah.
Actually, I could have gone to the bottom of the screen probably and brought everybody back up again. I don't know. I mean, it's just that's what I hate about this new Skype is just that one person can control what goes on besides you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we have the ability to hang up on anybody.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I went to his name and just removed from call, and there he went.
Yeah, on you, but he was still here. I had to remove him from the call.
What's the icon for sharing so I know not to touch it?
I don't know.
It doesn't show up until you go down into the bottom corner.
Yeah.
And it's right next to that little heart.
To the left or the right?
On the right side, and it's got the 2 screens. It says share screen, and if you accidentally click that, you're going to share with everybody.
I have a plus.
I did that once.
Jeff's done that so many times.
It's only in the new Skype.
Jeff does it all the time. I don't know why.
Okay, if you scroll down, there's a heart, and then there's a snapshot, and then there's 2 screens, and that's the share screen.
Oh, I see the share screen. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So don't do that.
Hey, you know what? I'll walk through the annals of City College to give Alex some reminiscence.
Well, wait a minute. Now, do they still have people park in the reservoir?
No, it's a parking lot now.
Well, but
It was a parking lot, but it's next to the reservoir.
But it was a reservoir.
Yeah, but now it's a giant parking lot. It's over there.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can see
I
it.
think
Wait a
it's the same. I think it was a park. It was a reservoir anyway.
Way down there. Yeah, it was, but
huge.
They paved it over. It's humongous.
Yeah, I know. It was a parking lot when I went there.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
me too. And that was 1974
Yeah.
for me.
Huh. Okay.
Then
I got to take a leak, so I'm going to go.
It's still the main thing for San Francisco City College. The use of restaurant management.
I don't know.
That was like the main. Everybody who ever wanted to go into restaurant management went to San Francisco City College.
I understood they had a really good program.
They did, and they also had a lot of people working free in the restaurant at the college. When you go to the college, it was like, when you were in San Francisco City College, you went to the commissary. It was being run completely by all these students. They got free, work.
Yeah, the only class I used to show up for was art history. I liked that one. The rest of them I never showed.
Yeah.
Okay. I registered but didn't go.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We're walking in. Oh, no, the door's locked. Damn it.
Better hope your keys aren't in there.
No, they're in my pocket. Shit. It's Friday, so it's hard to get into these.
Wait a minute.
No, I'll try one more area.
You sure you're not going to get arrested?
I can't.
Yeah, I can go in here anytime.
I made a big mistake.
The rest of the people are still in there.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Block him again and go back to you guys. I had to block. Richard Johansson just keeps calling and calling and calling. He doesn't even get the idea. And I blocked him.
Why don't you write him afterwards?
I blocked him.
Look.
I've blocked him. I'm going to write him and just say, don't try because it's taken up the last 15 minutes of this program.
Yeah.
He's got to be doing something like using an old contact or something.
Or he's doing maybe it's something just coming out of Copenhagen, for all we know.
But he had the same problem in Thailand.
No,
it's the social.
He didn't have a problem.
In Bangkok
last week. No, he wasn't in Bangkok. He was in Copenhagen.
He was in Thailand last time I heard him.
No. He wrote me and said, "No, I'm not in Thailand. I'm in Copenhagen."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that certainly has made it for an interesting show, but I'll tell you, the numbers keep going up. I never can figure it out. Whenever we have nothing but problems, people love to see things like this happen.
It's because it's a man on the street. They love it. Like when I was in Safeway giving my wife flowers.
Flower.
Let's see.
Flower.
Yeah.
I can't get in the building, and I have to take a leak.
Do you remember that guy, Mal Sharp? He was the man on the street.
Yeah.
Is there? Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Ray, is there anybody around?
No, I'm going to take a leak right here.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Which bush should I use?
Push in the bush.
This one. Well lit.
Hurry up. We only got about 50 seconds.
Better turn off your camera.
Where's the
have
security?
Evidence.
Here we go.
Here it goes.
Turn off your camera. You'll have
write
evidence.
your name on the wall.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
There he is.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that's quite a stream for a 50-some-odd-year-old guy.
This is a new high.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah. We really.
Awesome.
It's really wonderful what we just did.
Oh shit! There's someone coming. There's someone coming for my show. Shit.
Is it security?
No, somebody from my rehearsal just got out.
Phil, remember when we used to be able to do that real quick? Now we'd get busted.
Oh, forget it.
Half hour to
It takes 20 minutes before you get a stream.
No, it's only because I had to go really bad.
Then we get
it's a good thing.
Because we'd be running down our pants.
Yeah.
Oh, I got that. I have to push the little button underneath. You know what? It's a good thing I did that because a bunch of people just got out. Well, okay.
And you're on a camera somewhere.
Oh shit!
Now that was a new
high.
A new high for Gavin.
Yeah.
And we certainly know how to hit the highs. Anyway, listen.
That was awesome.
Or the wall.
Jack's got some kind of thing to top this show.
Thanks to Richard Johansson for calling constantly. Thanks also to Jeff Stein. Jeff, sorry that we lost you. You could have come back, but just don't go down to that part of your screen anymore, okay?
Don't touch me there.
Rob Alfano, thank you. And thanks to Charles Wallace, and thanks to Ray Renati, and thanks to Phil Meyer. And also thanks to you, Kevin. Would everybody like to give a big wave goodbye, and I'll wave back, okay? There we go. There they go. Okay, now I can hang up on all of them at once. And that will take care of that. All right. And then I will write Richard Johansson back in just a little bit. In the meantime, that's it for tonight. That's it for the week, actually. We'll be back again next week on, let's see here, on Tuesday. I don't know if there's going to be a show with Damien, but I will be on again at 10 o'clock. Yes, you know what that is. Same time, same station in life. And in the meantime, if you see her, tell her I love her, okay? Bye-bye, everybody.